Hello there guys, it's Callum here, and welcome to another Flight Simulator video. Today we are at stand 6, or gate 6 rather, at Paris Orly Airport, which is the busiest commercial airport in Paris, or in France I believe. And we're going to be flying the new Aerosoft Airbus A318 variant of their new Airsoft A318 and A319 set, which they've just came out with. And we're doing quite an extensive flight today. We're doing 3 flights, actually. First flight, which these aren't realistic, by the way, but the first flight that we're doing, I mean, the flight numbers aren't realistic, but the first flight that we're doing is Air France Flight 822, which is from Orly to Charles de Gaulle to pick up some more passengers. Second flight is Air France 823, and that is from Charles de Gaulle to Zurich. And then the third flight, which is Air France Flight 824, which is from Zurich to London City, because we want to try out the steep approach mode on the A318 and see how they model it. And if we have enough time, we'll be flying back to Paris Orly. However, I don't think that we will be. So, as you can see at the moment, I've got good old GSX running up. I've managed to fix all the problems involving not loading into the correct places. I've learned how to do it using the 3D Manager, and I promised that I would show you what the light textures look like on this thing. Oh my good god. I mean, just look at that. That is amazing. How the lights actually reflect off the ground. I just absolutely love it. I think it makes it look so nice. But anyway, let's get set up, shall we? So first things first, let's go into the load fuel, and we will put in our passengers. We have 56 passengers, we have 12 kilograms of cargo, and our fuel block is 3.4. For some reason the point isn't working. 3.4, there we go. Put that all in there, and we can load it all instantly. There we go, it's all loaded. Excellent. So now we go back into doors for when GSX wants us to close things. Anyway, now we can set up a flight plan. So let's go into here, and initialization. So we are going, well, I haven't set up codes for this, you'll be happy to know. So I'm going from Lfpo to Lfpg. Align by IRS, we are flight number France Flight 822, that's 022, 822, it wants us to close exit 1. We can probably close all the exits if we've finished boarding. Yep, they have. Let's close all those exits. For some reason I can't get the jetways to work in this scenery. This is the Airsoft Paris Orly scenery, by the way. It's extremely nice. I've just bought it. I've got Aerosoft scenery for all the main European airports that we're flying to today, and obviously the UK 2000 Extreme scenery for London City, which you've seen in the previous videos. If you haven't, go check them out. Okay, so cost index, we are going to be flying with 99. The flight level 110, which seems a bit obsessive, but obviously we're going to find out, aren't we? So flying with a block fuel of 3.4, put that in there. Flight plan, LFPO, departure, departing from runway 20, plonk that in there, and let's see if there is a SID for our first waypoint. Highly doubt there will be. Which there isn't, so we'll just insert that there. And replace the flight continuity, flight discontinuity with RBT, which is apparently a waypoint, and I have no idea of where it is. It's probably the closest one to us, that's 80 nautical miles, so we'll choose that one. Clear the discontinuity, whoops. Clear the discontinuity, and then from RBT, come on. RBT. Next waypoint, which we will be going to, is TSU. I should be using phonetics for this, but I can't be bothered. Next waypoint is TSU, and then from TSU, the final waypoint, sorry, is CLM, Charlie Lima Mike. Put that in there. That's all set up. Lfpo-Lfpg arrival. We are arriving on 26 right is what this says, so we will choose ILS 26 right. ILS 26 right. There we go, and we will see if there is a star for our thingy more bobs, which there isn't. So that's fine. Insert that there. Check down for discontinuities. No discontinuities. Absolutely perfect. Right. So now we go into performance. We're going to do flaps level 1. Set up all that for us, and there we go. We are practically ready for pushback and engine start. So to make sure I don't forget, let's tune this up to flight level 110, like so, and yeah, that's us ready. So now let's check to see whether I'm getting the red problem again. My new processor will be coming soon, so hopefully I'm going to be able to record this without much lag. But they're all cleared, so let's request pushback, which is something which I didn't do in the London City video, because I didn't, but I've done it since, and I think it looks really cool. So watch this. Ground services, prepare for pushback and departure. We want to be... Ooh, I haven't checked. I don't even know where the runway is. I should have charts for this, really, shouldn't I? Pushback. So the nose goes to the right and the tail goes to the left. Right, because I imagine the runway is in front of me somewhere. Probably there. Right, the tow truck is in motion, he says. So am I. Let's see what the GSX dudes are doing. I'm thinking about buying EasyDock for the flight simulator. Let me know what you guys think of that. That's him done. He's going to move out the way. He's going to tell us that I've got to remove the parking brake, and I can start when I'm ready. Okay, start at will. He's given me permission to start the engines. So engine select, mode selected to ignition. Start, starting engine 2. I will apologise now for the fact that there will be more lost frames in this video, because Aerosoft scenery is extremely detailed. And like I said, my new processor hasn't come yet. I'm running this on a G2030, a Pentium G2030 dual-core processor, 3 GHz. It's doing a really good job. Oh, come on, no. No! It's pushing me in the wrong direction. I don't even know where the hell he's pushing me to be honest. Well, I guess we'll soon find out. But yeah, the G2030 is doing an okay job at the moment. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and figure out... Wow, that is really detailed. Where I have to go to get to the runway. So, that's runway 24. So runway 20 is probably up there. 03. 20, runway 20 is probably up there. I would have thought. There or something. Basically, I'm just going to say hopefully it is. Because if it isn't, then I don't know where I'm going. Is he nearly done with the pushback yet? Come on, mate. Hurry up. I'm getting pretty close to that terminal. Can I cancel the push? I guess I can. But he's finishing it off now, so it's pointless, really. Yeah, basically what the pushback attempts to do with GSX is actually to push you so that you are on the taxiway, unlike other programs where you have to just guess. He's attempting to do it even though I'm using an add-on scenery which he probably doesn't know the taxi system for. So it's going to be kind of awkward for him. At least it's parking brake set. Now his mate's going to come over and release the tow bar, bypass pin. And I'm going to try and find out where I'm going again. I imagine that is runway 20 down there. So what I'll do is I'll taxi forward onto here, along, and keep on going, and then up there, along there, and onto runway 20. Hopefully that's the right runway. If it isn't, I'm sorry. There's probably lots of you screaming at me now saying, "Oh no, it's the wrong runway, what's he doing, meh?" But I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. Right, turn off the APU. Turn back to taxi. Ooh, crap. I completely forgot to start engine 1. My bad. And now it's not going to start up. Or is it? No, it's going to try not to. Let's start the APU again. Let's wait until the APU comes online and we'll try and start engine number 1. I knew that I'd forgotten something. I always forget something. It just happened to be that it was the engine that I forgot. Yeah. So the APU's coming online now. See if we can get this started up. Here we go. Oh, there we go. I was just going to say, it didn't seem to be picking up much. Right. There we go. Now we can take the APU off. Make sure it knows how to set the taxi. Turn these off. And turn that to auto. Here we go. So I said I can't remember what I said I was going to do. I was going to taxi straight forward. Right, let's try this. See if this works. Whilst doing so, I'm going to run through some of my takeoff checks. Takeoff config is great. Ecam memo is takeoff no blue. And yes, I am losing a lot of frames in this scenery as per expected. like I said, I'm still not used to this rudder pedal set. For those of you that are asking, this is the Cytec combat rudder pedals. The difference between combat rudder pedals and regular rudder pedals is... yeah, so take the next left. Difference between the two is combat rudder pedals, you keep your heels on the floor and your feet pretty much slide across the floor when you use them, and you push down with your toes for the brakes. Compared to regular pedals, which are known as commercial pedals. Commercial pedals, you put your whole foot on them. It's like having a footrest, really. Your entire foot goes on each of the pedals, like down here. I could have just used that as an example. You put your feet on there. And of course the main reason for that is so that people who are on long-haul flights in commercial airliners, they can rest their feet somewhere, as opposed to people who are combat pilots. Don't do very long flights, so don't need to rest their feet, and therefore don't rest their feet on the rudder control. Well, I forgot to do a brake check, but it seems like I'm doing quite a lot of them anyway, because I'm once again speeding like a bloody rocket. So far so good, I'm on the right track. This is going well. Take the next left. And this will tell me if I'm going the right way. What does that say? Runway 20. Excellent. So I'm heading in the right direction. And these pedals are honestly... oh my good god. And I'm taxiing like a rocket again. I'm just going to completely idle my throttles, because I probably don't need any more power. Runway 20 doesn't look to be a very long runway. I'm quite worried. Oh well. We'll see what happens. I mean, it is only an A318, so shouldn't have that much of a problem. Just checking the reference speeds. Yeah, we should be fine. Now, I've heard that take a left, continue forward, take a small left, and then along there, that'll do. I've heard that on takeoff rules for Airbuses, because they're very light in the nose, and the nose is a lot more rounded as opposed to pointed, like some other aircraft, they tend to create a lot more lift in the nose. Unwanted lift on takeoff. So apparently what you're meant to do is you're meant to put slight pressure, downwards pressure on the control stick during your takeoff roll, and then release it at V1. And that's basically to stop you from creating any unnecessary drag by the nose trying to lift you. Right, there we go. Set parking brake, landing lights on, runway turn-off lights on, strobe, auto, that'll do, wing lights on, nose light, takeoff taxi. Excellent. Now, do I need it? Nah, don't need it. Right, let's get ready. I'll once again be using Toga, due to my amazing doubt that I think that this runway is not long enough. So yeah, I'm going to be using Toga. Let's do a turn line up. Put a bit more power into the engines. There we go. Throttle 50%. Stable toga. Here we go. Oh, that reminds me. V1 rotate. Well, that did seem to come a lot faster than other times when I haven't used the method. Gear up. Autopilot on. Let's activate the constraints. When we get to 300 feet, we will take the throttle back to climb. There we go. It wants us to do it now. So throttle back to climb. And up we go. The aircraft's automated systems will do everything for us now. So, yes, I do very much like this red Airbus. Wow, that took a while. I do very much like the way that I've got my flight simulator set up now. I hope you do as well. When I first started out, I never really thought I would get that hooked on it, but I actually have. Which some of you may say is quite sad. Hey, look, the lights are going out all over Paris. Isn't that beautiful? No? Okay, never mind. There's the nuclear power station. One of France's many. But yeah, I do like the A318 modelling as well. I do think it is very comparable to the A319, which I said I liked so much in my other video. I think it's once again to do with reflections. I really do like the shine reflections on it. So, oops, flaps up. Late on the flaps there, my problem. But yeah, I do really like all the new Airbus aircraft that they've came out with. Aerosoft. And the scenery, which I'm using as well, is extremely good quality scenery. I absolutely love Paris Orly. Didn't have as much of a frame impact as I thought it would. So I may use it more often. Stat standard. CL. Right, so we're back. And the reason is we are on descent. That's Charles de Gaulle over there, I imagine. We're just about to come up to a left turn. One of two left turns that we've got on the approach. Haven't really come up for that much of an approach briefing as such. I'm just going to see how it goes and YOLO it. I don't know whether I'm going to use ILS. I don't know whether I'm going to use ILS, take it off and automatically land. I don't know, I might give automatic land. I might try landing it manually. I don't know. But anyway, so this is covering our approach into Charles de Gaulle. So yeah, all the stuff has already been set up for past 10k. Lights are all on, so on and so forth. We're all set up by the looks of things. So yeah, gonna take a left turn. Couldn't have really timed that much better, really. And we're also going to try and do what's called a falling turn, which is basically where you turn onto your side and use the fact that you have less lift to fall. And basically, planes, computers can say, okay, I mean, you're going to turn at this angle, and so we're going to keep you above a certain altitude, and when you turn, we're going to make you descend quite rapidly. Which is what we've just done. So it obviously models that. Which is kind of cool, because when you're flying to Skiathos, which I quite like to do, Basically, all the turns past Skopelos VOR into Skiathos are falling turns, and they feel really, really cool because there's so many people who are like, "Ah, the plane's falling out of the sky," but it actually isn't. So yeah, so far so good. Should be able to see the airport still. It's probably behind this post. Oh yeah, so when we land, I'm going to get my taxi follow me truck from GSX to take me to a small gate. Going to go to a small gate, and you'll be following me. I'm going to keep that on record. Pass for transition altitude 1013 set. So let's put this in the performance 1013. Temperature, I have no idea. I'm just going to put 13. YOLO. And so yeah, I'm going to park up, get my deboarding done, and probably going to end the video there, first section there. And you'll come back when they are reboarding. When we are reboarding, getting ready to go to Zurich. Obviously, it's a very short turnaround time. It's obviously going to be about simulated 1 hour, 45 minutes-ish, 45 minutes, I would say. But yeah, I'm not going to make you sit through all of that, obviously. Turn on the LS. See what's cooking. The approach phase has been activated because we're on finals. So that's done automatically. We don't have to do that now, unlike we did in the last video, which once again, if you haven't seen, go check it out. But I'm gonna turn on the approach, get lined up with the localizer. Oop, skipped a few frames there. Glide slope capture. When we get to that waypoint there, I can't see what it says. PGS32. I will decide upon whether I'm going to do full ILS auto land or whether I'm going to take over. So flaps 1, auto brake level low. Speed brake armed. There we go. No idea what that warning says. Out TK fuel crossfeed. No idea. Does that mean that I have to turn my crossfeed on? Flaps 2. I don't know. I'll turn on my crossfeed, see what happens. Flaps 3. Gear down. And flaps full. I did that way too early, ever so sorry. So, auto land or manual land? What the hell? Okay, auto land or manual land? Take your pick. Can't decide. Try manual landing. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. So I'm on the LS. Actually, no, I want to keep it on arc. disengage the autopilot. Turn that off. And like I did say, or I don't know whether I did admit it or not, I flew with a yoke in the last video. Admittedly, I completely forgot that Airbuses use side sticks and flew with a yoke. So yeah, I'm flying with a side stick now, so if my flight technique is a lot worse, you know why.
1,000.
Just trying to keep this thing on the glide slope. The localizer's okay. If I don't move it from ILS, then I'm fine. It's just keeping it on my glide slope, because I'm really not very good with a joystick. I'm going to have to change the contrast of my new display. I'm getting a bit of a problem with not being able to see the flight director lines. Way too low. And that's because I was too busy talking to you. Couldn't see the flight director lines. Manual thrust way too high.
300.
Teeny bit off.
200. 100. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard 10 hours.
There we go, touchdown. Reverse. That was a really bad landing, I'm sorry about that. Now let's try and familiarise myself with Charles de Gaulle. Let's give up on that idea. Let's take this turn off. And when we get past there, we'll request our follow me. So select parking facility. Gate B, small. Gate B1. Request follow me. Am I past the runway marks? Yes, I am. So, now I will wait for my trusty follow me to show up. Turn that off, turn that to taxi, turn that off. Beacon on, strobe, auto, that's fine, runway turn off, light off. I can actually retract these because I know I'm not going to be using them. Now this is going to be a good test because this is going to show me whether the follow me can do add-on scenery. So far so good. I've installed the vehicle updates as well for GSX, so I've got new vehicles. Right, there he is. Let's go. See where he takes us. Hopefully to the correct gate. And hopefully to a gate, in fact. Not necessarily the correct one, just to an actual gate. That would be a good start. What is up with me taxiing so fast? Try and take that down a bit. Still very faintly see the moon over there. Now, yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this section. Make sure that you continue to watch. There are 2 more sections, possibly an extra 3rd. Not yet sure upon whether I'm going to do it or not. But, yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more Flight Simulator stuff, especially when my new processor decides to show up, which is hopefully going to be tomorrow. So, yeah, we're going to be doing some really nice quality flight simulation stuff. So he looks like he's turning to the right here. I thought he used to indicate when he's turning. Oh well, never mind. Well, we seem to be seeing some gates here. It's a good start. And this is something which I actually do remember from Paris, Charles de Gaulle. It's the different coloured taxi lines when you get close to the terminal. Okay, I need to take a left. Oh, thanks, I'm not even at a terminal. I mean, I'm not even at a gate, I'm at a parking. Well, I guess that is sort of what I chose, but never mind. It's my fault for choosing it. Where's the marshaller? To the side of a lamppost. He was telling us to go forward. Right, make your bloody mind up, Jesus. Cutting engine, start the APU. Wow, Marshaller, you did a really good job. Dipwad. Anyway, let's get deboarded now. Request deboarding. Deboarding requested. I'm going to open the front 2 exits. And the main exit and the cargo. Now notice with GSX that depending upon where you are, you actually get different liveries of ground services, which is really cool, because now I've got Air France ones as opposed to the Service Air and Swissport ones which I normally get. But anyway, so thanks for watching Section 1. Make sure that you stay tuned for Section 2, which will, of course, be from Charles de Gaulle to Zurich, and we'll probably cut out a lot of the taxiing. I'll probably start the video just before I hit the runway and take off. But yeah, so make sure you stay tuned for that, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.